Hey Olivia. Hi everybody. It's time once again for cable TV. And today we're going to devote a large segment to learning. So learning skills. And we're going to talk about what's on the needles and then reintroduce the Key Street wrap, which we'll be publishing this Wednesday, right?
Yes, this Wednesday.
Okay. So what's on your needles first? Let's talk about that. Oh, you're starting something new.
Yes, I am. This is like literally only the second row. I think maybe some of you have seen this hat because it's been very popular, but it's called the Melt the Ice Hat pattern.
Ooh.
Yes, I want to pull it up just to make sure that I'm saying exactly right where it's being donated. So this pattern is from Needle and Skein. It's called Melt the Ice Hat, like I said, from Yarn Cult. And it says that all proceeds of this pattern are going to immigrant aid agencies, and they'll distribute those funds to people impacted by ice. And it's an interesting story because in the 1940s, Norwegians made red pointed hats to protest the Nazis, and we think it's really cool. So I'm using a skein of our Festivus Sport to knit that hat. And I hope some of you guys go and knit it too.
Awesome. So,
okay, great.
How is it going so far? You got your cast on done.
Yes, it's going.
Did you work one round already?
Yeah, so this is my beginning of round here for everyone. It's hopefully you can see there's almost nothing on there yet. But so I cast on, I did a long tail cast on, and the beginning of this pattern is a 1x1 rib. So I'm just alternating knits and purls, and that's pretty much all I've done so far. This was the beginning right here, so this is basically only like a round and a half done so far, but I just started last night. So
how big a round is it supposed to be in the end?
22 inches, I think. And I cast on 132 stitches. So there are 3 different sizes for this hat. Whenever I originally was thinking about doing the second size, which was like 108 stitches, but whenever I put it on my needles, it just didn't look like enough stitches, and they didn't even really connect. So I decided to go up, and it worked better.
You might be using yarn that's a little thinner.
Yeah, it is suggested to do. I think so. Actually, this is a great. I had a question while I was reading the pattern last night.
You're in the right place.
No, I know. Yeah. So you guys get to see. This is what happens all the time. I'm just like, I'll be reading my patterns, and I'm like, I need to ask Anne that later. So let me pull it up. It's on Knit Companion. But
so it's designed for what? DK or worsted? Or
yes.
Light worsted yarn? And, and she's using Sport.
Yeah, exactly. So it says DK, fingering, or worsted. But then,
fingering or worsted.
I know, but then whenever it's listed here, so those are the needle sizes that they say. They say US 4, 6, or 8.
And you should be using the 4.
Okay, all right.
Because this Sport weight is fairly light. It's fairly thin. I mean, if you compare it to Better Breakfast, which she has the opportunity to do, they probably feel about the same.
Okay, all right.
So I would treat it as a fingering yarn.
Okay, that's fair. All right, so guys, we're gonna be,
and so do you have to take it out? But you're only at the beginning.
I
mean, it's
literally
it's
just
not like your first hat where you got. You know,
I know. Yeah. Okay.
Her first hat was like this big, and she's like, I don't think this is big enough.
I don't think this is right. I brought it in and I showed them, and it was not correct, and I did have to rip it out. But so I don't know. I started on a size 5, and hear me out. It's just because I'm using my other size 4 needles.
Oh, I mean, 5 is probably fine too.
No, I know, but this one is the 6 actually. So
okay.
I'm gonna take it out and I'll do it again tomorrow.
Yeah, 5 is probably good.
Okay, all right.
Well, yeah,
I really can't remember.
But anyway, you might look at different patterns that we have knit up in it, and what needle size kind of makes a nice fabric.
Yeah, and really,
the other thing is, if you could pull that out, I just want to point out something that you haven't asked about, but okay.
All right.
So this is a circular pattern, and Olivia's cast on her 24-inch needles to knit a 22-inch hat.
Yeah, it is.
And
they're long.
And she's having to stretch these stitches out quite a bit.
Yeah.
In order to actually do the knitting. When you do that, you're stretching out your hat as you go.
Okay.
It's not gonna go it will affect the size of the hat.
Oh,
FYI.
okay. Yeah, no, that's good to
So
know.
your 16-inch needle is probably a better choice for this.
All right.
And then
No, that's
once
fine.
you know, sometimes you do the brim on a smaller needle and you really need the 16-inch, and then when you change to your larger needle, everything loosens up and you might be able to go to the 24-inch.
Okay.
But anytime you're knitting something small like a sleeve or a hat, if you're stretching your stitches around the needle in order to do your work, it's going to stretch out your yarn.
All right. So tonight what I'm going to do is I'm going to change to a smaller needle and a smaller cable, and then hopefully I'll be good to go on that. And also we should mention too, like you said, like there are a lot of other hat patterns. And like this story specifically is really cool for that pattern, but it could be any red hat, really.
Yeah.
They said specifically it's just like a pointed red hat. We just like that one because it's being donated, but you can make any type.
I'm behind that one. It's an easy thing to find on Ravelry now. Lots of people are making it, and
Totally.
it supports a really, really good cause.
Yeah. What are you knitting?
I'm also working in the round. I started my worsted weight sweater that we talked about last
great.
time. I actually knit one whole sleeve and then realized that it wasn't as big as I expected. So
Big in what way? Like,
around.
oh, okay.
So sure enough, so I had swatched in Stone Soup worsted in the pumice shade, but I was knitting with the Granite shade.
Oh.
And, you know, our yarns are not processed. We don't put chemicals on them to make them all consistent or any of the dark colors more consistent with the light colors. So you will see a little variation in some of the shades from dark to light. It's usually not a big deal, but sure enough, I wasn't knitting on the right gauge with the Granite yarns. I re-swatched everything, and I actually needed to re-gauge my whole sweater because, well, you know.
I mean, yeah, they're natural. It's
Because with the pumice, you could go down a needle size if you wanted to use that shade. It just means that you might need to fiddle with your needle size, but that's normal for a lot of people anyway. So anyway, I'm knitting in the round, and I've got my second sleeve, which is the first sleeve of the correct size on the needles, and it's looking much better.
It's looking really good.
And I'm knitting in the round with 2 circular needles. So
wait a minute.
yeah,
I think
so instead of having one, because I do like the 24-inch needle and the longer tip. So you put half of your needles on half of your stitches on one needle and half on the other needle like this. And then when you're knitting these stitches on this needle, you use the other end of this needle, you bring it around and you knit across those stitches.
Okay.
So
That's
you're
so interesting.
You're still knitting in the round across just these stitches.
Right, but
then when I get to the end, I drop that and I turn my work, and I bring the other end of the other needle around to knit.
Okay.
So when I'm knitting the stitches on one needle, I'm only using that needle and not the other needle. The other needle just hangs there. And I've come to really like this
style.
This method for knitting sleeves in the round, and, because double points really slow me down on sleeves.
Interesting.
And socks, I still use double points most of the time, but anyway.
No, that's really cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
so I got my sweater started, and you know, I'm happy with how it's coming along. And then you might remember I showed you a whole bunch of swatches before, or just in one fiber. So I also have been swatching.
Oh my God.
Don't laugh. Don't laugh. So the other day I showed this swatch, and we got lots of comments from people who like it, especially they like this inset detail along the side. And
definitely.
It's going to be a little raglan top with that's knit in the round, all in one piece, with side seam and raglan details in this open work. But of course, it's going to have neckline and sleeve options. So you can do longer sleeves or short sleeves, round neck, V-neck. So we want, of course, samples in everything.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
In order to also show off other of our yarns. So I swatched in the linen, which I love. I got the same gauge in the linen as the Camel and silk.
Yeah.
And then I swatched in the Hempshaugh, which I also love. But my gauge was a little tight in the Hempshaugh, so I swatched again.
Okay.
And it's kind of interesting because I got the right gauge, but I just don't like this fabric as much. It is looser than I like. And this one, go ahead and pick them up.
Okay.
You can see like this one, it's a little tighter gauge than it should be, but the way the fabric feels is nicer.
No, it is really nice.
And then pick up that one, and you can see just the shape of it. It's losing its shape even in the swatch.
Right.
So I am going to knit a sample in the Hempshaugh, but I think I will stick to the slightly tighter gauge because it can be blocked out a little more once it's a garment. I can pin it out, or and you never know, it might loosen up a little bit. So
and so when we're just like visually, how do you know that this is tighter versus like this one? What are you like looking at on here specifically?
more stitches per inch.
Okay.
So when I measure across 4 inches on this, there are 24, and on this there are 24 stitches in 4 inches, but this has 26.
Oh, okay. All right.
So
Yeah, that makes
the row gauge is fine.
Okay, so it's the same this way. All
Yeah.
right.
So that also makes me think it's going to be fine. And you know, since there's positive ease in this top, a little less positive ease. The thing is, it's tighter, but it's very stretchy, and it would be very comfortable even if it was a little tighter garment. So that's that one. And the same thing happened with the Modern Deco.
In the sport or the
in
lace?
the lace weight. So Modern Deco lace, I knit it on the gauge needle of size 4, and it's very dense and tight.
It is.
Well, actually, it doesn't feel
It's stretchy, but it's wow. Yeah, it feels nice, but you can tell obviously.
And then this is on a size 5 needle, in which I did get the right gauge, and it feels more consistent with these other swatches that I like.
Definitely, yeah.
So
for sure.
these are the ways that we play around. The pattern will be patterned for this yarn and this yarn, you know, based on these 2 yarns. The reason that I want more samples is to show off more yarns and to understand what changes customers may have to make to adjust for those yarns. So they can also be knit, it can also be knit in these 2 yarns with a needle change possibly, or the understanding that it might be slightly off gauge, but it will be comfortable. So that's my swatching project. I'm all set now. I just need to get final yarn wound, and then I can pack those. I'm going to knit one in the Camel and the Hempshaugh to get started.
And you're taking those with Ecuador?
I'm taking those on my trip to Ecuador because they're lightweight and very packable. I'm going to leave my worsted weight sweater home because I won't need it. Even though I really want to work on it, I'm going to leave that home. So I just have to make sure I have all the needles I need. Sweaters in the round take a lot of needles.
Yeah.
You need short needles and long needles. You need small needles and larger needles. So it's like...
It just sounded like a Dr. Seuss book.
Yeah, it kind of is, yeah.
This isn't a whip anymore. It's a finished project. Well,
so she has an FO.
Yeah, sort of, but it's like I need to wash and block and also weave in my
And what
ends.
is it?
It is the Graze scarf that I was showing you guys in the first episode. This is a scarf that I knit for my dad, but it's totally finished now, so I'm super excited.
It's beautiful.
I'm going to go home and wash it tonight and weave in the ends. So, yeah, I'm really excited. The one thing I did want to ask is, how do you block your scarves? Do you pin them on the sides, or do you just lay it flat?
I use blocking wires.
Oh, okay.
So especially on rectangular and triangular pieces where the shape, you want the shape to be really clean and crisp.
Yeah.
And because I'm doing it for photography, so you weave the wire through like one column of your garter bumps or something on each side, and then stretch it to the size, the finished size it's supposed to be.
I see, and that keeps it nice and straight.
And you pin the wires down so they stay. And
that's cool.
Yeah,
because on my first scarf, I found that it was like a little bit wavy on the edges, which is like fine. It's not really a big deal.
I used to pin everything. It just takes like 1,000 pins.
Literally, yeah.
And then if you stand up and look at it and decide to move something, you have to move 500
all
of
the
them.
pins. Yeah.
So those are easy to find online.
Okay, great.
Joanne used to carry sets, which was nice because those coupons, you could get it for 40% off.
R.I.P. Joanne.
I don't know if Michael's Michael's might have.
Okay. Well, we'll have to check. But
Yeah. Oh, what are we talking about now? Well, first of all, we didn't say what we were wearing, which
yes.
people are gonna
we know they're gonna
go
ask.
nuts. So, keeping the tradition of cable TV, which we're not always gonna do this, but it just happened. I'm wearing the counterweights pullover in Stone Soup DK, my favorite yarn.
Oh yeah.
I love this. It's old but good.
No, it is.
It's one of my dressy sweaters.
No, I think it's really pretty. And I've seen a lot of people knit this, and it looks really good on everybody else who's done it too.
Yeah, it's a little bit tunicky length. It has stockinette sleeves, which make that part really nice for traveling.
Totally.
And then this interesting cable panel up the middle. It's seamed, so it has great structure and durability that way. What are you wearing?
I am wearing the Rust Belt River vest, which again does have the cables. Like Anne said, this won't always be the case, but on the side here, it's buttons down.
The closure is buttons along the side.
Yes.
On each side. So you can even unbutton it if you make it in a lighter fabric and you want to wear it like as an airy kind of open top, you can.
And this is our Blues Singer DK. Is this, what shade is this?
This is the lead belly shade.
Oh, right. Yep. Yeah, and it's really, really soft.
Very comfortable.
Yeah, I don't know. I love this yarn so
Easy
much.
fit. It's a little bit off the shoulder. And the only seams in this are at the shoulders. All the other edges are finished off with knitted rib.
Can you see?
So
I don't know if you can see.
yeah, so there's just a little short seam at each shoulder. So for people who don't like seaming, this is a good project. And lots of people have made it. They love it.
It's
so
true. Yeah.
It's got an easy kind of triangle fit, a high-low front and back. So very easy fit.
Yeah, no, you're right. There have been a lot of projects too, especially from like people at our retreat. Now that I'm thinking back, I remember like at least 3 people who have made this.
Yeah,
that were
vests.
there.
People are knitting vests now. So we have plenty of vest patterns, but we also have plenty of patterns that you can just leave the sleeves off and finish it with ribbing, and you got yourself a vest.
Yeah, there really are so many options. So
let's move on to learning.
Oh yeah,
as if that wasn't enough learning.
No, I know that.
So I think I can't remember if I mentioned, I'm going to be participating as a presenter in a Yarn to Wardrobe Summit that is going to take place February 17th through the 20th. And I'm going to be talking about natural yarns and using natural yarns as wardrobe for your wardrobe pieces that you want to knit or crochet. This is a summit that's geared toward both knitters and crocheters of all levels, and it is presented by Knitting with Chopsticks. And so we wanted to just talk a little bit about how to participate in a summit.
Yeah.
And with that, though, if you want more details, I know you're going to want more details and more in depth. We're going to bring in, right now, we're going to start a segment with an interview that we did with Hortense the other day, where she's the brainchild behind the summit, and she's been doing summits for several years. This year she changed up her knit wardrobe summit so that she could include crocheters. And I know lots of you knit and crochet. We also have followers who are just crocheters or only crocheters. And so this summit is more inclusive, and she definitely tailored it to include presentations that apply to both disciplines.
Oh, totally.
So with that, take it away, Hortense.
Hi.
Hi, Hortense. Here we are today with our friend Hortense from Knitting with Chopsticks. And and she's a special guest. She came to speak with us today about a really cool yarn summit that will take place completely online, and she's going to tell us all about it today. This is a Yarn to Wardrobe Summit. So if you've always wanted to knit for your wardrobe, or if you currently do knit for your wardrobe or crochet, it's for knitters and crocheters. If you want to make things for your wardrobe with yarn, Hortense has gathered a whole incredible group of presenters together to talk to us about that, about all the different aspects of that topic. So I'm gonna give it over to Hortense right now to tell us about why she's doing this and who it's for, and then she'll give us all the practical details, and we'll talk more about as we go on. We'll chit chat. Okay.
Great.
Thank you so much for having me, and thank you for joining me in the summit. I am so excited to have you as a speaker. So the Yarn to Wardrobe Summit is all about knitting and crochet wearables, so sweaters, but also like shawls, socks, hats. So if you're not like, you think sweaters are still too hard for you, we're going to prove you wrong. But in case we still can't convince you, we do have a lot of like accessories too, because I find that like what you need to learn for accessories then translates into sweaters. And the goal here is really to help everyone learn all the basics and all the know-how that you don't really learn in like a stitch tutorial or like a YouTube video on a specific technique, but the things that you learn more with time and practice and like having more of an overall view of things for like knitting and crochet wearables. I originally started with the Knit Your Wardrobe Summit the last 2 years, which was just like knitting focused. But then I realized like when I was emailing my own audience, because I do both, I was like sending an email to my crocheters being like, well, 80% of the presentations apply just the same to you. It's just called Knit Your Wardrobe and it's knitting teachers, but you can learn a ton too. So this year I decided to just like bring both crafts together and open it up to crocheters more directly, because all those skills that we need, gauge, fit, blocking, ease, adjustments, like constructions, those all apply just the same. And often there's a lot that we can learn from each other, from each craft. And we tend to like put like, this is knitting in a knitting box and this is crochet in a crochet box. But you can crochet a circular yoke. You can knit like a sweater out of rectangles. Those like apply. And you can learn from each other. So that's my goal here.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. I do both too. So, and I think you're totally right. They really do apply. And I have learned a lot of things from accessory projects in knitting that do apply to like sweaters and stuff. So everything you're saying is awesome. I just love it. So
I'm a very experienced crocheter, but I don't crochet anymore. But Olivia is an active crocheter and a fairly new knitter.
Yeah.
But she's going to be making her first sweater really soon.
Yeah, really soon for sure. So I think it's going to be awesome, and I'm excited about the summit. And I think I'll probably be attending just for myself, not in like a bare naked wools.
So tell us the practical details. When does it start, and how does it work? How do people sign up?
Sure. So it's a 4-day summit. It starts February 17th to the 20th. It's all online, so you can just like attend from the comfort of your home. All you need is an internet connection, and it's free to attend. So you can sign up for free, and with the free ticket, you can watch each day for like 48 hours, so that like everyone, time zones, work, life, none of that is an excuse to not join. And not like enjoy the presentations. But I still want everyone to like move along, so that like the live sessions and the questions and all of that still make sense. And then there's an option to upgrade to like what I call the super pack, which has like the replay of all the presentations. And then all the speakers provided an awesome bonus that's included in that pack. Most of the bonus are worth the price of the pack, just saying, but it's a totally optional add-on that you can decide to jump on or not. And then to sign up, Annie's gonna put her link somewhere in the description, or I don't know how your podcast airs actually.
We will. It will be.
But you'll find it there. And make sure you use her link, so if you decide to purchase, she gets a big part of the sale.
Yeah, that's the great thing about it for presenters, is that the proceeds are shared between the producer and the presenters, and it's a very nice opportunity for us. It's a nice opportunity for us to reach lots of people that might not already be following us, and the payout is really nice too, and that helps all of us who have small businesses.
Yes.
So tell us about the different speaker topics and things. Can you leak any of that yet?
Yeah.
I'm not good at like teasing and secrets.
Yeah.
And, like, big
We love
reveals.
getting details ahead of time.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Anyone who like has seen me online, I never tease any of my things. I'm just like, here it is. That's all. So we have 4 days. I've grouped the presentations in a way that I hoped is like making sense. Like there's a team every day to try to have like a storyline. So day one is all about like making smart decision and getting set up correctly, or like as good as possible to start your project. So there we have Ashley from Ashley Wimpy Designs, and she's going to talk all about how to turn an unloved project back into yarn so you can like reuse it. We have Britt, who's going to talk about things knitters can learn from crocheters and vice versa. We have Pam, who's going to talk about all capsule wardrobe and how to think a little bit harder before you like dive into your project on like how you're going to wear it, whether you're going to wear it, what it's going to go with, and all of that. Because I love making like very colorful sweaters, but then I never wear them because I don't wear bright colors. So I learned that the hard way. Like stick to basics, like simple. Well, simple. I still love color, but a bit more muted. That it's actually something I wear every day. And then we have a few more presentations on that day. All the presentations, all the topics, and the speakers are all listed on the sign up page.
Amazing.
So like I'm happy to go through each and every one of them, but you can go on the sign up page and like look in detail. And then we have day two. Day two is going to be all about yarn, accessories, and like smaller wearables. So we have a few sessions about yarn, including yours. I'll let you like share about your own topic.
Oh, right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, of course.
Put you on the spot.
Yeah. Hortense invited me to talk about natural yarn and how and what a good investment natural yarn is for making, especially for making your first garment, which you're going to wear the longest in your lifetime because it's the very first thing you make.
Yeah.
But for any garment, and how natural fibers are a good choice for clothing, what factors contribute to durability and versatility, and again, your return on investment, what, how to choose between different fiber types for different effects in the fabric, things like that. So I'm always excited to participate in the summits. They're wonderful. And then I believe I'm participating in a panel on the first day, on the 17th, about planning projects.
So on top of like the speaker like lessons presentation that are more like a course, they're all 20-25 minutes, so it's not like an hour and a 30 like course that you have to follow. They're short. I forced speakers to like keep it short so that they had to put all their information in like not too much time, so that you don't have to spend like hours watching to get the good stuff. But then we also have some live elements to like, so you guys can ask questions, engage, talk to us. And we have then speaker panels. So those are going to be live sessions. We have one every day. Well, one or two. It's still in discussion. We'll see, depending on like the speaker availability and so on. But like we have a general topic, and then we'll just start a conversation with 4 or 5 speakers. And honestly, those are my favorite part of summits, because the juice that comes out of those is like all of us like teach things that we would never even think that people want to hear, but like other speakers want to hear about it. So you start talking and they're like, you're learning from each other as speakers, and then the audience learns a ton. It's magic. Trust me, you just have to come and watch. And so those are recorded. So if you can't make it live, you also have like 48 hours to watch the replay. And we have like a private Facebook group. So if you have like any questions or any things you want to share, we are also playing bingo with some fun prizes to win, because it's always more fun. So
dive a little deeper into the super pack. How does it work? I know the super pack is more cost effective if you buy it as soon as it's available.
So if you want to upgrade, you have 2 options. You have the super pack, which is like the full thing with like all the presentation, lifetime access. Well, not like, I can't say lifetime because no one knows what's in 20 years going to happen with my business. Hopefully nothing, and I will still be there, but like ongoing access for as long as Knitting and Chopsticks exists. To the presentations, you get lesson notes. So each presentation will come with like a PDF or like a Word, like a document that you can download with like the information written down, so that you can take notes, refer to it. You have the links directly, like just for ease. And then we have bonuses from the speakers. As I said, like well, not every single one, but like most speakers provided either a bundle of patterns or a course that they teach, that they're all like normally paid products. That are like all included in there. Right now we have 14 of them, but
Oh,
speakers
great.
are still adding some in. So like you get 14 courses or pattern bundles with like the 25 plus presentations and all the replays of the speaker panels. So like there's a lot of cool stuff in there. Or you can go for like the simpler upgrade, which is just the presentations. Easy, just the presentation replays and live session replays, and that's it. So you have those two choices. When you sign up, you do have a 30-minute like special deal that gives you 40% off from the regular price. So the regular price is Super Pack is 97, and the All Access Pass, which is like just the videos, is 67. If you buy it like within the first 30 minutes, it's 57 or 37. And then we have a early bird offer, like before the summit actually starts and people start to see how awesome all of the presentations are.
Right.
You can get a 20% off. So then it's 47 and 77.
Wow, no.
US.
Okay, great.
And then starting the day of the event, it goes up to full price. Is that right?
A little while. So it's available until the 27th of February. So that just gives us like 1 week for people to catch up, who like might have missed their emails and stuff like that, to make a final decision, and then it's gone.
No, but
Because I can't, like we can't, because like, bringing out
But I have to say,
together and like their offers, we can't.
I have to say, in our knit along group, it's our knit along group who have participated in the event highly recommend these events. They're so excited, and these are fairly
they're
experienced
experienced.
people
Yeah.
who knit and crochet, and they highly recommend the upgrade packs because it gives you the opportunity to watch your favorite segments over again, or when you're not overwhelmed with other things to do. And the bonuses are really nice.
I know that part is really the best part to me. I mean, it sounds like such a reasonable price for as much as you're getting.
Yeah.
I'm like, a normal pattern's like almost $10, but most of the out of their pattern packs,
It's like more than $1,300 of value in like
Yeah, totally.
maximum
That sounds
97.
that sounds like a steal to me. I feel like
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
like
I
even
know
if you
our
only knit
bonus
or
is
only
a
crochet,
$40.
like it's balanced. So even if you only do one of the crafts, there might be some pattern bundles that don't apply for you, but like still
Sure.
over half of the content, like the bonuses will be for you. So it's still like super worth it.
No, that's
And
awesome.
honestly, the bonuses have never been this good. Like I've never had such a good super pack. So
That's
I am
great.
so excited.
No, we love to hear that. So
Now, if you you can participate completely free, and we do want to reiterate that
Yes.
for people who are on a strict budget, or people who are very young and don't have a lot of money, you can participate completely free. You will have to sit basically for 4 days. Someone told me this, like, I didn't sign up for a pack because I was pretty sure I wasn't gonna
Watch.
make the best use of it. She's like,
Yeah.
I ended up sitting there for 3 days straight watching videos
Right.
because I wasn't going to be able to see them after. So
yeah, if that's what you want to do, that's totally fair. And you
some people do have time for that.
Well, yeah.
And, or they're homebound or whatever. But you
Yeah.
can, if you decide to participate with the free sign up, you can do that. And basically you have to watch it in real time, and you have there's a little bit of leeway to go back and watch things later, but only like a day or two.
48 hours, you said,
Yeah,
right?
48 hours. So
Yeah.
presentations go live at 8 a.m. Eastern time. So it's until like 8 a.m. 2 days later. So that
Sure.
like time zones in the world allows for like flexibility. One thing I'd like to recommend and that I've heard like good feedback on is also that you might watch everything now, but everything you won't be able to apply everything right now. Some sessions are more like conceptual and general, like I don't know, like garment structures and like how that works and so on. And some are like hands-on. And those, if you don't apply them, well, you're gonna forget. You're not gonna
right.
remember. And that's where like having the super pack allows you to just watch what's relevant to you right now. And then when you're further along, you can watch that. So for example, if you were to join, you might watch like all the accessory presentations and then maybe like the more beginner sweater ones. And then we have some more advanced sweater ones on how to make adjustments for your own fit, how to adjust, what was it? Exact names.
Right, you might want to watch that after you've made a sweater and assess that what your problem is with it.
Yeah, totally.
So for example, Chantal from Knititude is going to teach us on how to make modifications that work with your body. Unless you like, until you've actually made like a first sweater, it's really hard to know what kind of fit you like, what kind of, like, you've never thought about all of those things. You just like buy sweaters from the store and try it on and see if you like it. And it's only when you start making a few that you actually get to know yourself. And until you know yourself, you won't really get that same level of like fit. So those presentations, you won't get as much out of them right now as you would like later. So then having them for later and keeping them for later, or like a lot of people just like watch everything live and like take the super pack to like rewatch, but know that like part of it, I tell them, like, I do a kickoff call the day before we start, so on the Monday morning, and I tell everyone, like, do not watch everything. It's too much. It's not what it's meant to. It's meant to be like Netflix. You pick and choose what works best for you, what's the most interesting for you. I like to recommend like 2, max 3 presentation. Every day has like 7, so it's like a little bit less than half. But like, I'd rather have you watch 2 presentations and remember it and use it than watch 7 and then in 2 weeks have forgotten.
Right. And the thing is, you can sit there and watch, and if you realize that you really should have upgraded to one of the packs, you can still buy it for a week after.
Yeah, it's not too late. You don't have to decide.
And the other thing about the summit that's really cool is that you can chit chat with other people who are taking presentations and watching panel discussions, and you can throw questions at the panelists and stuff like that. So you may want to skip a segment in order to participate in a live session that's going on at some point. So that's another reason to consider how you're going to spend your time during those 4 days.
Yeah.
Is that there are parallel things going on, right?
Yeah.
So
might be something you need to
I
attend.
actually have like quite a few in my audience who are like, when is the next summit? Because I need to take time off work. So I have like 4 full days off.
Yeah.
I used to host them like over the weekend, like halfway over the weekend. But for me, like personally, it's too hard with like the kids growing up now, having to organize that. So like it's in the week, but you get 48 hours. So and it's end of the week. So like Saturday and Sunday, you can still catch a lot of replays. So even for people who work, it's manageable, but
yeah, no, you thought of everything, really, it seems.
I just want to say, like, this is for people who are new to the crafts and new to meeting our community. This is how you meet your community all around the world. This is how we end up with friends who are 3,000 miles away, who we chat with all the time and we knit with all the time, and who we get so excited to meet in person, because these events put us together in the first place, and then we're forever friends after that. And it's a wonderful opportunity to meet other knitters. You might meet someone in the summit who really does live a few streets away who you didn't know about at all.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
That's the only like limitation. I'm from Belgium, so like my mom's friends always complain that it's in English, but can't make everyone happy.
Of course.
You have to make the most people happy.
Yeah. I love the idea, like knowing that we're doing the same craft. So like we have something super common that brings us together, and like, but then like talking about like yarn shops, how they're different. Like we don't have local yarn shops in Belgium, unfortunately. They're starting. I just heard about one. So it's starting, but it's very new. So it is for like all levels. But it's more geared towards beginners. I do mostly beginner stuff. I don't know how to make all the fancy stuff behind you. It looks very pretty. So like beginners are more than welcome. Like it's not because even if you haven't made anything wearable, this is for you. And if you're more advanced, you'd be surprised how much you'd still learn. That's what I love. It's in our craft. There's so many different aspects. Like you can have been knitting for like 20 years and never made a sock. We have 3 sessions about socks. So like it's your opportunity to dive into socks.
I mean,
you might have been knitting.
A lot of people who follow
and never done sew work or
a lot of people who follow us are super experienced and they love these summits. I mean, they are getting so much out of them. And again, just like you said, how many times have we heard, like, I've been knitting all my life and I didn't understand this in the pattern, and it's because they never knit lace or they've never really knit a garment in pieces or something like that.
Sure, yeah, we do hear that all the time. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I didn't.
And there's a lot of like, you don't know what you don't know.
Yes,
exactly. Yes,
that's exactly it.
Word for it, and then you can Google it and look for a YouTube video. But until you've heard the word, you don't know. And like some things you do, I reverse knit. So I hate purling, so I always reverse knit, which is just like mirroring the purling, but from the right side. But it's like a lot of people have never heard about that, and I've been doing that for years. Like I was doing like plain stockinette and already doing that because I just stumbled upon it and loved it. And even now when people see me, like when I do tutorials or something, it's a reflex, you know, I don't turn my work to purl. I just don't. They're like, what are you doing? Like they can do way more advanced things than me, but they don't know that, which for me is like super beginner, but that's why also like I try to put like a skill level on all the presentations to help people like navigate the summit. But I had a really hard time because I was like, okay, socks are like generally not considered like a completely beginner topic, but you can be beginner in socks or beginner in knitting. It's so hard to put a level on.
And that's why I don't assign skill levels to my patterns, because knitting, you know, crafting is aspirational, and I've seen ranked beginners do amazing things because they just wanted that thing. And so they taught themselves a lot and learned a lot, and anyway.
No, it's great. I'm hoping to do that.
Like, I don't want to. I do like messy seams. I prefer it. Okay, fine.
Okay.
And she's never done a cable. She's never done lace. She's never done color work. And then I have a friend who just started, and he's making like color work socks. And I'm like, well, he's been knitting for a month. So I'm like, she's never done a cable. She's never done lace. She's never done color work. And then I have a friend who just started, and he's making like color work socks. And I'm like, well, he's been knitting for a month.
No,
Beginner, but
it's an adventurous beginner.
Olivia's very adventurous. She likes to try all kinds of things, and you know, she's very open-minded. So she goes looking for information about skills that she needs to learn.
It's true. Like that's what I've done. So the pattern, like specifically that we're talking about, that was a little bit aspirational for me. It was like a cable project. I had never done cables ever, and of course I used one of Anne's.
I was thinking of the shorts. She did a pair of shorts, which has
never mind.
which has like all the stuff. It has
it does
short rows and
it's way more garments than sweater. There's way more fit.
That does make so the shorts actually
they have a lot of
forgot.
skills. There's a lot of skills in there.
No, she's totally right. The German short rows were the hardest part for me to learn for that one.
I mean, basically she's been teaching herself
and asking like here and there for help from Anne, but mostly it's just been like it's just what you said, like I really wanted that pair of shorts, so I looked and found tutorials specifically for it, and you know, I wanted to make them, so I did, and that's I feel like
and there were a ton of skills in there, and that's why like the summit is such a great opportunity
for sure for anybody else that's like out there like me, because I know a lot of people are like they don't want to start with just a scarf, they want to just jump right in to the projects like that they know they're gonna wear.
Dress, so
exactly, there you go.
With a dress, so like
exactly, there you go.
All out.
You don't have to.
Well, I started with blankets, and then like my first pattern was a dress.
Okay, your first pattern was a dress then.
Not a safe choice.
No, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be. I mean, there's literally no reason it has to be, right?
So
and I love what you said, like having Anne there helps, like, you know, you have like a backup plan, and a lot of people don't get that, and like that's really why I started like doing everything I do online, is to be that person for like people who don't have that like physically, and through the summit you get to see like the human beings behind the brands. And see that we're all like normal people, like we have to talk to you guys. We're not like unreachable and unapproachable and like fancy celebrities that don't have time for anyone. Most of us do this first of all because we love yarn and knitting and crochet, and then of course like it becomes our job, so we have to earn an income. But like our first reason for doing it is to help others. Is not like if you want to make a ton of money, this is not the job. Like going banking or going like, I don't know.
No,
Yeah.
that's a great point. I've had quite a few people, like whenever we go to sheep and wool shows, be like, man, isn't it just so, like they're like a little bit jealous that I get to talk to Anne so often. And it's like, I know, and I totally understand. Like, she's so incredibly knowledgeable, and it is really like, I'm so spoiled because I get to ask her questions about this. But I think like you said, it's so great that everybody else kind of gets to have that experience now and ask questions and have that support. So.
26 Annes, well, not everyone's as good as her, but at least I'm not. But like you get 26 of us to ask questions to. So like all types of yarns, knitting, crochet, like we each have a bit of our like own specialty. Like everyone's a bit different, which brings a lot of like variety and diversity to the event, which is important.
Yeah, we had a instructors meeting. I don't want to call it instructors, presenters meeting the other day, and it was really cool to meet everybody, all the other teachers, and to listen to the things that they are presenting. Because as a presenter, you know, people ask me to do this, and I'm like, oh, I don't have anything people want to learn. You know, I don't know anything people want to learn. You know, like I can't. It's hard to put into words.
Yeah.
Like, you know, sometimes it's hard to distill that knowledge down. But it's really interesting to see how other people think about the knowledge that they have and how they're able to shape it into something that you might want. And that gives me. I'll watch the summit as much as I can to see that, you know. So it really does help all of us at all levels. And
I think it's interesting for the audience too to see like different teaching styles, not just like hands-on, but like different ways of explaining and like what resonates with you. Who do you learn well from, and like you get it and it works. Like I have a background in engineering, so like I'm not scared of math. And I know sometimes in my presentations people are like, there's numbers, Hortense, like panic. I'm like, 2 + 2 is 4, like come on.
You have to
in a loving way. But like for some people, I'm not like making math like basic enough, which I know I try my best, but it just makes sense to me. And then for others, they're happy to have someone who doesn't spend 30 minutes explaining like a pro rata rule, because like I'm not supposed to be a math teacher. So it's
no, but
whatever
for
style
people,
works for you. Some people
it's a
need like
balance.
hands-on. Some people like to see like the word. Like I like to have my handout like shown on my screen because it's easier for me to teach, and also because then people can like kind of read and listen at the same time. And a lot of people like learn that way. Others like to like see the things really like hands-on with the yarn. So you get a bit of everything in the summit, and that really helps you to pick and choose which speakers you might want to follow.
so when you make time for this from February 17th through the 20th, you'll have a blast. It'll be really great information to learn. Anything else, Hortense, that you want that we didn't go over in terms of specifics?
I don't know exactly when this is airing, but people can sign up even when the summit has started. So if you're only catching this on the 17th or 18th, like you can still sign up and join for like upgrade, or like join for what's left. Are still available at the time. So like it's not because you missed the first day that like you can't enjoy it at all. Sometimes people are like, oh, it's already started, so like
no,
there's more
it's gonna
more
be,
than enough
there's
to
gonna be
catch up.
lots. Yeah.
So look through the schedule, and even if there's only like 1 or 2 presentations you're interested about, just sign up for free. Like
Right.
we're more than happy to have you.
Yeah.
And just watch those, and that's
There's
it.
no harm, and
Why not sign up? Literally.
and it's really good to get on the mailing list that way, so that the next summit that comes up you'll know about, and that might be a topic you're even more interested in.
Yeah.
So. Well, thank you so much for taking time to talk to us today. We're going to go look at the schedule and see what classes we're gonna attend. I will not be I'll be on vacation, but I'm still gonna log in to see what's going on.
No, I'm gonna see the sock ones that you were mentioning earlier. Sound really interesting to me, so I'm gonna have to see when those ones are.
They're good. They're day 2.
Okay, great.
So on the Wednesday.
Awesome. Well, thanks for talking with us. Thanks, Hortense. It was good to see you.
Thank you for having me.
We have a few things to help you get ready for watching a summit.
Yes.
And the first is
to bring something to write notes on. I'm going to bring my iPad with me because I always write down notes.
You're going to bring it.
I know. I'm going to bring it with me
all the way to her
summit.
desk.
Yeah. But I'm just going to, have something with you to write down notes because there's always, there's questions that you can think of for the presenters or, just things that you don't want to forget. You want to write those down. So that's my first thing that I'll be bringing with me.
And with that, the way it works when you're watching a segment is that there's a chat that's going on at the same time. And you can type into the chat questions that you have or comments. You can read other people's questions, and if you can answer them, go for it.
Oh, yeah.
So there's a little bit of interactive going on there.
Totally.
And writing down the questions you want to ask is really important because that teacher might be involved in a panel later on, a live panel where you can actually ask your question directly to them.
Which would be amazing. So, yeah.
Now, this is something you're going to do at home, or maybe you can even get together with friends and do it
that'd be so
together.
fun.
Yeah. So you can just, wear your comfiest clothes. Be sure you're comfortable because once you sit down to watch it, from what I understand, you'll end up glued to the screen for quite a few hours.
Yeah.
Have lots of water handy, good snacks.
Good snacks, good drinks. You need some caffeine in there somewhere. Definitely some coffee.
You won't need caffeine because the presenters are awesome.
Well, yeah, no, you're not gonna be bored in any way. It's just that there's so much good information and you don't want to miss anything.
Right.
So another thing, what else did we say? You need to bring your mindless knitting.
Right. If you want to bring knitting, make sure it's nothing too complicated that will distract you.
Totally.
So, it's all stockinette. Or your red hat would be a really good thing to bring.
Totally.
Yeah.
I agree.
Make sure your pets are contented and taken care of and their needs are met in between sessions so that you don't miss anything.
Totally. But
on the day.
Other than that, I think you'll be pretty prepared for the summit.
Yeah. So check it out at least. No one's forcing you, but check it out at least. It's a great opportunity. It's a great free opportunity.
Totally.
And you may come away with a whole new understanding of something.
Yeah.
Anything. The Key Street wrap, and I was saying it incorrectly in the last podcast, but I've been corrected, and it's pronounced Key Street, even though it's spelled Quay. So
I would have never known.
You learn something every day.
Absolutely.
This wrap is going to be published in our next newsletter on Wednesday, the 4th of February.
Yep.
And we are sold out of the Galway yarn already.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Which is amazing.
It's amazing.
So it was available to Barn Box members up to this point, and they snatched it all up. So it's gone, but we have lots of great yarns that you could knit this wrap or blanket in, including, my favorite is, while we have it, because we're running low on this too, another Barn Box yarn we did recently, the Cleanse Sport, which is a nice, lofty, hardy sport weight, so that will work really well. And I loved knitting with this yarn, and it's really similar to the Galway in terms of the way it handles. The Kent DK, where is it? Here it is.
Yep.
Kent DK is always a great choice for crisp cables that pop. It's got lots of body. It's also soft because it has a nice merino content. The Fin Dandy 3-ply Sport is really smooth and gives great stitch definition. It's a little denser.
Yeah.
The Targhee Tango Sport, another hardy sport weight. So it really blows up and blooms a lot when you wash it. It works up great on a size 7 needle, which is, I believe, the size for this. And or an 8, it really performs like a DK yarn and is super soft and velvety. And the Seasons DK is very similar. It's Targhee and cotton blend. And then the Blue Singer are soft, super soft, Blueface Leicester yarn. It's absolute butter to knit with. It's such a pleasure to work with. And then, of course, good old Better Breakfast DK, which everybody loves.
Yes.
So soft, beautiful drape. It is softer, so you get a softer look. So those are all kinds of yarns that you can use in the absence of the Galway DK, which was a fan favorite. And then finally, I did fix my vanilla velvet cap.
Yay!
So this is going to be ready for publication while we're away. This matches the vanilla velvet scarf and cowl, like we said. I made it a little bit longer, and I resolved the top shaping a little differently, so it looks nicer to me now. I really like it.
Yeah, I think it looks beautiful.
Yeah.
I liked how it looked before, but you're right, it does look cleaner.
Yeah, and it's not as tight on the head because it has a little more height. So it sticks up just a little bit to give you that little bit of cone shape that's kind of fun right now. All right. So that's the end of this episode of Cable TV. Thank you for
watching.
sitting with me, Olivia. And thank you for watching. Again, your comments and suggestions are really helpful. And we have really enjoyed reading all the notes that you left last time. So continue to do that. Just know that if you ask for something, for us to do something, you may not see it for a while, but we are considering all of your requests.
We are, and we have many plans in the future, so don't be worried that your suggestion, it might just happen a little later, like she said. So
yeah. And we'll see you when we get back. I think Michelle and I are going to try to do something from the road while we're in Ecuador.
Oh, that'd be so fun.
I know. We'll be on a cliffside somewhere beautiful and with our knits, and I have a fiber in my mouth.
Oh my God.
You'll have to cut that out.
No, I'm not cutting that out. That was kind of funny. I have a fiber in my mouth.
One thing I forgot to say about the key street is that, knitters often say, I like the depth of the fabric before it's blocked, and then you lose it when you block. Well, we're going to show you. We're going to show you a couple pictures of this wrap before it was blocked, just so, just to put that in perspective. So look for that.